Hello and welcome to Master It Monday. I am your host, Maggie Carey. Today we have something really interesting to share. This is the bane of my existence. Stories, Facebook stories. You can't schedule them, or at least you couldn't, until recently when Facebook announced their business suite feature that allows you to share stories on on Facebook on the business suite. You'll also be able to schedule Instagram, but we're going to focus on Facebook today. Here's the challenge that most businesses face. You run into time, right? You want to post on stories, but you struggle with stories. So make sure you're commenting below if you've ever had a problem with a story, and always say hello because I love to shout out fellow business owners that are watching us today. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a little bit about Facebook stories from the business suite help section, because not everybody has this feature. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people who don't have this feature yet. It is rolling out, but I don't want to wait to share this information with you until I get it. I want you to be able to use this tool as fast as you possibly can. Now, what you have to do is to go into your business suite. And in order to get there, you would go to your page and get to Facebook that way, get to Facebook Business Suite that way. And it's not something that I think you'd find difficult to do, but I do want to make sure that if you're not 100% sure, you can always search in Facebook help to find out where to go. But I'm going to share my screen real quick with you so that you can see how you can get into the business suite right away. If you're struggling with business suite, have you ever used it? You've never used it? Let me know, because I am really trying to figure out how businesses are focusing with this. Now I'm going to share my screen here. You should be able to see my business page right there. And what you're going to see right here, create a post in business suite. If you don't see that on the left-hand side, you should see business suite here, so that when you pop in here, you will get into your business suite. Now, the thing I want you to go to first, and you can see here up here, just make sure if you own more than one account that your Facebook and Instagram are selected here. Now, if I go into posts here, this is where you should see that create posts. There should be a button over here that says create stories. Now, I don't have that, but that being said, that doesn't mean that you don't. So check it out and make sure that you have it. In here, you can see how I can click on and schedule, but this is scheduling a post. This isn't going to be scheduling a story, because again, that's where you have to have the ability to do that. And here you can select both, and you would just create your story here. So let's pop over to Facebook's help, and you can do this from your phone. So as you can see here, here's a little clip. If I'm on my phone, I can go into posts and stories, create stories, select my image, type in a little bit of text, and then what I would do, move it around if you like, and then share, and then you can schedule it later. So you can pick the time and the day that you want it to post, and off you go. It's scheduled. You now have a scheduled story, which is fabulous. Now on the desktop version, what I was just showing you here is that you will see this right over here, posts and stories, instead of just posts. And you would follow the same process to add a Facebook story. So it really isn't that difficult, different from scheduling a Facebook post. So if you're if you have this and you know you have it while you're watching, if you want to pop over and see if you have it, let me know. And oh, here's Coach Glow coming to learn. Wonderful, Glow. I'm glad you're joining us today. Love to find out whether you have this feature on your system, on your Facebook page as well. So again, here we were with the schedule. You can go into the help section here in the Business Help Center. You can find out how to create and schedule a post on Story with your Facebook desktop. So it also it gives you a link to do it on the mobile. So you can go into facebook.com/business/help, and you can find this information right there. Now, the other tool that Facebook has is something called Creator Studio. Now, this one, again, this is another way you can get there. I'm going to just pop out of what I was in before here and go back to my Facebook page. And this is one of the things that you can do right from your business page. So if I go into my business page and go into Master Media, what you're going to find here on the left is Publishing Tools. And in Publishing Tools is something called Creator Studio. This one right here. So now, from what I understand, Facebook, the business suite is going to replace it, but there's something cool you can do in here. Now, you can't schedule a story, but I can add a story. So I'm just going to click this right here, Add Story. I could also do Create New and then select Add Story, so either way is fine. But when I'm in here, I create my page, and this is just Facebook. When I go into Create Post, I'm going to pop in a little graphic I created. Now, I can do this here, which is really cool, but there's something. Now, I created this in Canva, so you can go into Canva if you'd like and check out how to do this, but I'll pop in a little bit to Canva before we end today, just to show you how you can go into Canva and easily create one of these stories. So here in Canva, not Canva, in Creator Studio, I uploaded my photo, but see here, right here where it says Add Button, I can pop in a link right there, and it says See More. I could also learn more, shop, whatever, right? And share it to my story. And this will share right now. I'm going to share it right now. And this is going to populate right on my page, on my stories page. So you'd be able to see that. It's going to take a minute to get there, I'm sure. But you can see on your page what is going on. How are you sharing your stories right now? Because that's one of the other things that people run into challenges with. Are they creating their story? How are they making that story interesting and inviting? Are they adding tags? Look, it's a lot more robust on your app. So if you do have an app, if you do have the app, make sure, I'm sorry, I'm not in stories here. So right here is a Facebook story I did before. So let's just go there. See this Learn More? All I have to do is pop on that and it'll bring me to whatever it was. Now, normally you couldn't do that with your stories unless you had 10,000. Now here is the other one where I was talking about Learn More and go into Canva, right? These are all different ways of promoting your business with a story, and make it easy. Oops, sorry, now we're going into some other stuff we don't want to share. All right, so let's talk. So that was Creator Studio. So we talked about Business Suite, where you can go in and actually schedule, whether it's on your phone in Posts and Stories or whether it's on the desktop where you would click here. Remember, when you're creating a graphic, if you noticed when I created those graphics here, I made sure that I had some space, I'm gonna pause this here, some space up on the top because you don't want something tippity top where it gets crossed out. And you don't want something too much on the bottom because you want to put this learn more button. So things like that, when you're creating, just keep those in mind so that when you're designing your graphic, you've got space up on the top and you've got some space up on the bottom. Now this one looked a lot better than the other one, was crossed over a bit. So figure out how to do that with your posts when you're playing. Just give yourself, a 1/2 inch top, 1/2 inch bottom, and you should be fine. Let's go into Canva for a sec. Make sure you leave any questions below if you do have any today. But here in Canva, you can go in and, let's go to the main page here. If I go here, I can click Create Design, and I can go into create an Instagram story or Facebook story. They're both the same dimensions, and you'll see here it tells you 1080 by 1920 pixels, and that's the story. So if I clicked on that, it's going to pop me over to this page. And in here, as you can see, it's giving me some samples already in the templates. And you can go in and select something that looks good that you think is going to be great, or you can search for something. And they are having this, you'll see some of the ones that have buttons here. Let's take this one, for example. When you see these buttons here, notice what I was saying with the spaces, not here, not there. And this place question sticker here, this is where you would do it from your phone. So you can add this and, and create this graphic, make it your own, and, put your picture in there, do things to make it branded for your own business, and then download it. And then you can do that. Now, Canva also has a shared option. So say you want to share, you can share a graphic, but you can also use, if you have the paid version, there is a scheduling feature where you can schedule your posts. Okay, so you have the ability to share posts there, not stories yet. So in Canva, just popping back into that again, if you're creating stories, this is where the challenge comes in. We create a story, we publish it. We create a story, we publish it. We create a story, we publish it, right? Batch your content. And this goes with anything, whether you're creating posts, whether you're creating stories, batch your content and see how they go together. Now, for example, if I go into this see all, I want to see the ones they picked for me, right? I'm not a fan of the cartoon things, but some people are. But here, let's just pick this one, and I can do a post. Now, I can add a page and add another post. Now, this is a pro one, so I can't use that. But here's a free one. I like this one, right? These are kind of going together. These two look well together. I can add another page and scroll down and pick another one. All of these, while you're doing this and creating them, you can now edit them all together and then download all 4 pages. And you can, I had some paid ones in here, which is why this is giving me that, but it would be download here. So you've got to remember, if you've got paid, and the way you can figure out if it's a paid version, it's this photo that's going to give me problems. So if I go into elements and photos, maybe I can find a photo that isn't public domain. Yeah, that was the only one. And that's it. So I still get the cool graphic. All I had to do was change the photo out. And then I download these, and now I would have 4 stories, one right after the other, that I could then schedule on my phone. You can email them to yourself. You can put them in put them in your Google Drive. So whatever is easiest for you in order to get those photos onto your post, onto your schedule, onto your stories, that's a great way to share that information one at a time, because you can schedule on your phone. So regardless of whether you had it on the desktop version or you had the phone, you have it on your mobile, You can go write it on your mobile and schedule, boom, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many it is. Because when you're looking at this, your stories, you want it to, it's called stories for a reason. It's supposed to be a story. So you can do one right after the other, but don't do them right on top of each other because they're only up for 24 hours. So kind of space them out and make it so that it maybe, you're hitting different people at different times. And of course, you can post them. If you use your app, you can post it on Facebook and Instagram so that they're both times. It's a different way of promoting your business. Facebook now has stories. Instagram has stories. LinkedIn is dipping its toe into the whole story world. So figure out how you're going to promote your business the best possible way you can by saving yourself a little bit of time and using these free tools that are out there. Canva's free. Business Suite is free. Creator Studio is free. If you have a question, right now is the time to answer it. If not, you can always leave a question for us here at Master It Media right in the chat. We're here to help businesses. You can find out more at masteritmedia.com. We also have a service called Teleprompter. It's a weekly email coaching program. And we add tips like this all the time in our email newsletters. You can find us on Instagram. You can also, of course, visit us on YouTube because we are there with over 100 videos at the recording of this video that has a lot of really great information on the struggles that I've had with my own social. And I share them with businesses so that they don't have to go through the drama of figuring out how to do things with their social media. So that's our topic for today. We covered how you can use Creator Studio and Business Suite in order to schedule your social media stories, your Facebook stories. If you run into any challenges with this, let me know. I'd love to find out how many of you have this great feature on the desktop that I, for whatever reason, do not have. And I am on the hunt to seek this out, but it looks like it's being rolled out to certain businesses and not to others. So I'm going to wait with bated breath until I receive this. If you have it, let us know and let me know how you like it. Or if you run into any challenges, we're here to help at Master It Media because we take the commotion out of your promotion. Have a fabulous Monday and we will see you soon.